Hello, good morning. Happy Friday. Oh my gosh, it's Friday. I'm so excited that it's Friday. Honestly, I'm a little bit tired. Like I I feel like I could have guessed this, but I didn't realize how tired I would be after streaming so much in a week. So mad respect to all of the people that stream like every day. Um, yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm really looking forward to the weekend. And grocery shopping for new produce because we didn't go grocery shopping last weekend. So then we've been living off of mostly like non-perishable foods, which is really nice when you're desperate, but doesn't feel that great on the body. Um, but yeah, hello everyone. Thanks for joining in the chat. Hi Pranav. Great to see you this Friday too. Hi Alice. Thanks for making it this morning too. Hi Gilliam. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try and take it easier. But I did want to try and stream more during October and show more of like because I'll be working on this almost full time, pretty much full time this month, this project. So then I wanted to show as much of the process as possible. Um, and that's why I've been uh I was trying to do more this week. But I think four might be a little too much for me. So maybe like max three per week, I think would be a good sweet spot. Oh, I also wanted to say thank you so much to your help in terms of retweeting um my call for domain experts. I was able to find two, and I'm like super excited. I'm like, again, thank you so much. So I now have two people that I'm working with, and they're helping me with kind of the story side of things, so that and like the story and the timeline, like basically the cadence of when we're publishing, all of the uh, basically all of the bite-sized stories so then I can concentrate on making sure like we find a good data set for those and then doing the actual design and coding. So yeah, and oh, also, I'm sorry that I started late today. It is because I am extremely slow at writing, and that includes drafting tweets. It's like so sad. Um, but essentially, I like started writing this tweet um maybe like 10:20, so like 10 minutes before this stream, and it took me like until I started the stream to finish it because I was like trying to get it into the word limit or the character limit. It like took me like 15 minutes. um but oh my gosh, hello Philippe. I'm so happy that you're joining. It's been a while. I hope everything is great in France. Um, um, yeah. And Gillian says, I have a tip to write tweets even slower. Use the phone. Um, I feel like the slowness of my like tweet writing, I guess is that the phrase? Uh, isn't due to the device I'm on, because like I only type marginally slower on my phone versus my keyboard. It really is getting like it takes me a long time to edit. So like it's really about that thought process of like, okay, what is the most important piece of information that I need to get it into this character limit? And that's what takes me so long. I'm like agonizing over like, oh, um like do I really need this part or like should I add this part in? um and then also I know some people like like shorten their words or like they sacrifice grammar to fit it in, and I'm just like really, I don't know what the word is, but like I can't bring myself to sacrifice grammar. Like sometimes I do it a little bit and it hurts me. And I can't sacrifice spelling either. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it. Philippe says everything is chaotic. Oh no. I hope everything is all right with you and your family and France. Or maybe you're referring to the world. Yeah, the world is chaotic, but I'm just trying to do what I can a little bit at a time. Yeah. Gilliam says tweet crafting question mark. Oh, that's a fancy term. I like it. Yeah, that sounds great. And the like tweet in question was I was asking now that I've been able to hire some people, now I'm asking for help finding sponsors. So this time around, this is the tweet. So if you can help me boost that, I'd be really, really grateful also. But yeah, so I think I'm very hopeful that now I have people helping me on the story side, that I'm like gonna be less anxious about this project, because I feel like I was really just kind of flailing with like the data and trying to and kind of being like, is this the right place to look? Is this the right place to look? Which brings me back to our progress on Wednesday. Is that the last day we streamed? Yes, Wednesday. And so Wednesday, how we ended on Wednesday was we basically were like, trying all these different things to see if we can see any patterns of like voters removed due to failure to respond. And then we were trying to see like, oh, is there any sort of like trend if it's like pre-clearance state versus non-pre-clearance state, and then we didn't find anything, and we were like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're at a dead end, which I mean, like, really happens often in data exploration. There's like a lot of dead ends, like, unless you're going and like knowing that there's going to be like a story, like you already know. And that's actually, I think, like what's so helpful about having like domain experts, because they usually know that there's already a story somewhere, and so they can like guide you in the right direction with the database or the data set. But when you don't have domain experts, like I'm just trying to wade my way through a database. But that's okay, because how we ended was we were like, well, it's okay that we weren't able to find really anything significant, which just means that our my hypothesis was incorrect. But now we have all of this like artifacts of different visualizations that we tried, and then I can kind of make it. Then I can just like extend it so that I can explore it for any sort of any of the metadata in the data set. So what I mean by that is I built pretty much a basically dashboard in observable, and I'm really excited actually. So let me just start by sharing this. Ooh, I got a heart on this. Someone hearted this notebook. Let me share this. Or like, let me share the screen already. Although, I know that we ended up with this conclusion that there's like the pre-clearance states hypothesis was incorrect too, but it turns out there was a little bit of a bug on how I coded, how I think processed the data. So then once I fixed that bug, then I was able to see something interesting. So actually, and let me just start sharing the screen. And actually, Gilliam says, "Welcome back, Philippe. I wonder, do you know each other in person? Because since you're both in or near Paris." Okay, so yes. So this is, I've decided to call it the Eve's Data Explorer. And now what you can do, let me show you the updated graphs. Now what you can do is you can, we had this before where like you can choose a year, but now you can choose what to color by and then choose a numerator and denominator. So actually, let me bring it back to the fail to respond versus voters removed total. And actually, I'm going to show all jurisdictions for now. And so this is what essentially we were seeing before. Wait. Oh wait, no, we were looking at 2014? Is that it? So I can't even remember what we were looking at. So this is pre-clearance versus non-pre-clearance states. Let me color it by presidential election result. We were looking at 2016. Okay, so what did I do? So yesterday, when I was working on this, thank you, Gilliam. We were looking at 2016. I'm now so confused. Hi, Chris. Welcome back to the chat. So yesterday, after I fixed the bug, what I clearly saw was that the box plot for the pre-clearance states was higher than the non-pre-clearance states. And for that matter, I feel like this has changed a little bit too. What did I do? These pretty much still look very much similar. I feel like my county calculations. So now instead of going out and getting the like specific keys in the data set that's for the voters removed, now I'm using, this is actually a really fun part. So with observable, I use something called a view of, and with view of, what I can do in observable is I can create some sort of a UI element. So in this case, I imported another notebook. So Jeremy Ashkenaz? Yes, Jeremy Ashkenaz notebook that has all of these like different little input options. And then I imported that, and then now I have a drop down with all of these different options. And every time I select something, then I can, then it will tell me like what the corresponding value is. So like, yeah, so you can see it updating like this. So this is a numerator, and every time I change it, it updates the numerator value updates. And so then I go, so I'm gonna put it back to fail to respond. And then, oh, thank you, Philippe. I'm so happy that you dropped by and said bravo for the project. Thank you. So I hope you can drop by again. So here I'm getting the numerator and denominator from the drop down. So basically, take the county data set and then get the whatever data is for the numerator and whatever is for the denominator. And then if it doesn't exist, then I return. But actually, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Actually, let me take this out, and then hopefully I shouldn't run into any errors. Yeah, I think I put that in because I was running into errors. But now that I do a check down here, I shouldn't run into any errors. And then maybe it will be, this is not what I remember this to look like. Hello, Indigo. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so that's not what I was expecting. And so this is essentially the kind of little bug that I fixed, which was the data set had so basically some of these values were either a number or a nan or a false, so there was like a lot of different like falsy values. Falsy? It's called falsy, right? So I wanted just the ones that were numbers, and that's that. When I fixed that yesterday, then this looked different, and now I'm not sure why. Things are so hard. And let me try this. Wow, Zanio says incredibly noisy data. Ooh. Zanio, are you Japanese? What does Zanio mean? And then says, Gilliam says, I always forget to add a to-do remove this comment too. Actually, I don't think I realized that I should be removing. Also, yeah, incredibly noisy because there's about 4,000 something data points, so very noisy. Thank you, Indigo. Says, I love your data visualization techniques. William says, I hope nobody has that account on Twitch, or I'm very sorry for their notifications. Wait, what account? And I see. Oh, sorry, the IC was Suzanne. I used to live in Japan as a kid, and I went and lived in Kichijoji for 3 months and 2 years ago, and oh my god, I loved it. I really want to live there for longer. Yeah, I'm still trying to make it work in my life. Like, how do I live in Japan but still freelance? Oh, got it. Add to do. That would suck if that was someone's name, or Twitch handle. Yeah, that's what I found too. So I still freelanced a little bit when I was in Japan, and working with clients in the West Coast was fine. But then working with clients on the East Coast was a lot harder. Like, we couldn't find a good time to like we basically didn't have any overlapping work hours. So then like one of us always had to be taking the call like at an off hour. So that was really difficult. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that would really mess with my sleep schedule. But I also feel like I was the healthiest when I was living in Tokyo because like the public transportation is so good. So I just like walked everywhere and took public transportation. Like, oh my god, I just walked so much every day. And the food I was eating, even if it was like really cheap, like bento boxes, was so much better than like the food that I would eat out here. And although it was really easy to work with Europe, So that was an advantage. So West Coast okay, Europe great, East Coast was hard. So I just got distracted. But I just really want to live there again. So I just got really distracted. Um, hello to man, welcome back. And oh, Indigo. Um, oh no, there was like a lot of like variety of food. So bento boxes, like I used to get like for 5 or 600 yens, which is like roughly $5, like just like a whole bento box, and like it would have I don't even know, like it would have veggies, it would have meat, it would have like tofu, it would have like yeah, it just had a lot of variety. So you just like got, I feel like, a lot of nutrition. And like there, like people okay, so it's not that people look down on bento, but like people there are like, oh, bento boxes are so unhealthy. Like it's much better to cook yourself, which is true. It's much better to cook yourself if you are good at cooking. But like it like blows my mind that they're all like, oh, bento boxes are so unhealthy, and I'm like, have you seen America? So I was like, like I'll just keep eating these bento boxes because they're so much healthier than what I would get at home. Yeah, exactly. It was so easy to find like cheap, delicious, healthy food. And even like restaurants, like going to restaurants and having like healthy food, it was so affordable. So I feel like I saved a lot of money because like even I stayed at an Airbnb, and that was like much cheaper than what I was renting, like when I was renting apartments here. And then food was like, everybody's like, oh, food in Japan is really expensive, which is true if you like find the high end, like more high end places. But then like if you are okay, I guess, with like konbini store food or like bentos, or even my favorite is like they have this thing called depatika, which stands for like department underground. Then like there's so much good ready-made food that you can just like buy and then like eat for dinner or something. Can you tell I don't cook for myself at all? I like rented a co-working space, and then in Shibuya, and then I would just like get something from the like depatika for lunch, and then like take it back to the co-working space, eat and work, and then get something from the depatika for like dinner, and then keep eating and working. That was my weekdays, and then weekends I would like go out and explore. Yeah, I'm not I'm not exactly proud of how I did not cook there. Um, but oh, and I even like went there being like, okay, like I'm gonna learn how to cook well. And then I got there and I was uh, like, why would I spend 2 hours cooking something mediocre when I can like just buy something for like $5 that was like quite nutritious and delicious. Ooh. Uh, I guess like because I didn't work there, so Zanyo says it's hard not to drink too much. And because I didn't work there, I wasn't like pressured to drink or anything. And actually because I don't drink by myself, which is probably a good thing. I actually was like missing, like I was, because I went there and I knew a few people there. Like I had a few friends there. But like people in Tokyo are all so busy that it's like kind of hard. Like if they're working full time, it's kind of hard to like schedule time to see them. And so most of the times I was like just by myself, which I was like also perfectly fine with, because I just really enjoyed my time there, and I was just like working anyways. And And then, so I wouldn't see like my friends all that often. And then like, or actually I saw them pretty often, but like it's not like I would go drinking with them. So like the once or twice when I like went drinking with a group of people, I'd be like, oh my God, yes, let's drink. um, oh wow, yeah. Gyoza bento, rice, veggie, 4 gyoza, and a meatball for like 320 yen, which is like $3. I don't think I can cook that for less. No, I don't think so either. Like that is literally um, that's basically like mass production at work for that price. Okay, that was quite a tangent. Sorry, I saw your handle. I saw the katakana and I got really excited because I was like, oh, we were supposed to go to Tokyo earlier this year for vacation, and then obviously we couldn't, so now I'm just like missing it very much. Yeah, I feel like because I spent so much of my childhood years there, like I'm always really drawn to there. Like I think I spent most of my like childhood memories there. Anyways, let's get back to this. Oh, hello, Izuna. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining today too. We were just talking about how much I miss living in Japan. And now we're gonna go back to this. Okay, so I think this is what I was expecting. So I put it back to 2014. So this is the 2014 failed to respond versus total percent failed to respond. There we go. So this is what happened. So on Wednesday, we were looking at 2014. Okay. Because I just distinctly remember Wyoming being like all the way up here. And then we were like, at the end of Wednesday, we were like, I was kind of disappointed because we were expecting the median ratio for the pre-clearance states to be higher than the non-pre-clearance states, or that was our hypothesis, but then it wasn't. And then I fixed a bug, and now it is. So I wanted to show that, but I still don't know what to make of it. Like, I don't know what the story there is. Like, there's a higher percentage of voters removed as failed to respond in pre-clearance states than non-pre-clearance states. Like, is that the story? Maybe. I don't know. Then there's still no clear correlations I can see. And actually, oh yeah, Gilliam, sorry. I think we bounced back and forth. I think that's why you thought it was 2016. Like I think we just went back and forth between all of those years. Oh, Isna, we might have had this conversation when we were in Michael's channel. So I used to live in Tsukuba in Ibaraki-ken. It wasn't half an hour, Gilliam. It was only like 10 minutes. Yeah, it was Tsukuba in Ibaraki-ken, and I lived there for about 6 years. So I was there from kindergarten to 4th grade. Yeah, so that's basically my formative years. But West Tokyo, so that's the only thing that I know in West Tokyo is like Shibuya, Shinjuku, Kichijoji. That's like that's the places that I hung out in like 2 years ago. So I'm also not done with this data set yet. So what I did was I built kind of this like interactive tool for it. And so I was just catching everybody up on the interactive part I made. Ooh, Suginami. Ah, cool. Yeah, I was just saying, not for 30 minutes, but like for the last 5 or 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, how much I miss it. Yeah, that's another tangent. Tangents from Shirley. Okay, so what I wanted to show you today that I'm really excited about is that now I can be like, let's look at 2016 data. for everything. And then yesterday, so today we actually have like a very concrete story that I want to work on, and that concrete story is the number of mail-in ballots that were rejected in the 2016 actually, let me write this out because that might be helpful. So let me make a new notebook. So for every story, I'm thinking of having a new notebook. So this one is going to be number of so actually I'll call this mail-in ballots. And for today's story, that I want us to like get to the design for, and maybe start on the coding for is, and that's where we get into D3, which is the part I always want to get to, have always wanted to get to for this stream, but like have not gotten to very often. So the first story I want to do is the number of mail-in, actually I think it's going to be rejected, let's call it rejected ballots, number of mail-in and provisional ballots that were rejected in 2016. In 2016 presidential election, and whether that could have affected the result for a county. Wow, that is really big, so let's not do that. Yeah, so number of mail-in provisional ballots were rejected in the 2016 presidential election, and whether that could have affected the result for results that could have swung the results the opposite way for our county. So reading for the discrepancy in the purge numbers. I actually think that there is a discrepancy that we can find. It's just for next week. We've decided to concentrate on mail-in ballots because that is something that's like more relevant for people right now in the coming week, because for example, I've got my mail-in ballot, so I think we're gonna sit down and like fill it out and try to mail it in this weekend, either that or wait until the drop-off points are announced for our county for our ballots, and then drop it off there. But yeah, I think we're gonna try and fill it in this weekend. So I think at least in California, a lot of people have started to get their mail-in ballots, and so we want to concentrate the stories around the mail-in ballots for next week. But I do want to come back to the purge numbers, and actually there was something interesting that I saw yesterday when I was just like playing around with the drop downs that like I would love to show you to like get your opinions on. And actually I'm just gonna publish this right now because I think it's at a point where I'm like okay with sharing it with the world. So let me publish this and then I'll drop it in the chat so then like you can explore for yourself. And if you find anything like interesting, please let me know. Like please just like send me I'm bad at checking messages on most platforms. The place that I'm usually the most like responsive on is Twitter. So if you find anything interesting, please like tag me or like DM me on Twitter. But here is the notebook. But yeah, Isuna, this is actually really cool. What we can do on observable. So this only took like 2 hours to convert it into this kind of like dashboardy thing yesterday night. But actually, what I wanted to show you is I did try this when I put it as felony. So this is actually, let me edit this right now to say that it is numerator so that it's very clear what it is. Is it title or label? Yeah, it is title. Oh, there we go. And then this is... Oh, thank you. I should make a bunch of commands. There's a bunch of commands I've been meaning to make. It's just very low on my priority list. But I wonder, like, what is the usual list of commands that people usually have for a Twitch channel? Denominator. Did I spell denominator correctly? That looks about right? Yeah. Okay. Are you saying that the burning laptop is my schedule? Okay, so. Oh, hello. Ooh, is your name Corgi? Corgi? Hello. Good morning. Gluten mornings. Gluten mornings. Gluten mornings. Mornings with gluten. Oh, wait. So I was gonna show. I was like randomly clicking around yesterday. So, but this one. I saw something interesting and I didn't know what to make of it, which is if I make the numerator to be the voters removed due to felony and the denominator as the total, you can see that the pre-clearance state seems to be like, so this is the box plot, and then this is the median for the pre-clearance states, and then the non-pre-clearance states. Oh wait, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, so I'm doing this for the 2016 presidential election, and so this is oh wait, so oh dang, I just realized something, which is this is not good because they're not all on the same scale, and that's why. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, okay, that's a bug I need to fix because I just realized that the X scale for the pre-clearance states is not the same as the non-pre-clearance states. Like this one goes all the way to 1 and this one is only like what looks like 0.36 or something, which is why it makes this look so much bigger, but actually it's like it makes this look like it's so much higher in the ratio, but it's actually not. It's actually squished. It's probably going to be squished down here. So I almost lied to myself with my charts. So that's a bug that I need to fix. And then, but here, this is on the same scale. So I don't know what to make of this, but like, look at like New Mexico, some of these counties, yeah. So actually, let me try and fix that right now. So what happened here, the reason why it's different scales was because I was trying to be smart and like put the scale at what is like I basically didn't want any like white space, so I was like, oh, show the scale for like basically scale it to the min and max of the data set. And I thought I was being smart about it, but now I realize that if I'm trying to like compare these two, there's no way that I should be scaling it to the min and max of each of these individual like these individual box plots. I should be scaling it to. Let me try something really quick. Yeah, it's true, factually not wrong. Misleading to a human. Let me for now take out. Wait. Oh! Wait. Hold on, it's not my fault. I thought I had done the scaling, but no. This is in fact Vega Light trying to be smart for me. So yeah, actually this was Vega Light trying to be smart for me. I think maybe what I should do is for the X, let's just for now put in a domain of 0 to 1 because we know that it's a percentage or a ratio between 0 and 1. So that should make things, yeah, there we go. So it's like a little bit higher than the non-preclearance states, but then you can see that like with the preclearance states, there's some that go all the way up there. Actually, all of these are New Mexico. I don't know if anybody knows like the story behind like why New Mexico might have so much of their removals be because of felony, but at the same time, like it doesn't look like they removed that many people. So actually, yeah, and I don't think I saw any like clear trends between them either. Yeah, they don't have that many outliers. But there's also like a pretty large number discrepancy between them. There's only like 700 counties, jurisdictions that fall under the preclearance states versus like the rest is like 3,000 something for the non-preclearance states. So I don't know how much that affects things. Actually, let me look at voters removed for felony versus, should we say, total registered voters. See, that's why that's why hard coding is a bad idea. So in a little bit, I think later I'll fix this code to make sure that the scale is the same across all of them, but not with so much like dead space. Oh, actually, as a percentage of registered voters, they actually all look like pretty similar, I guess. Two townships. Sorry, which townships? Okay, so what I wanted to show was this, which is the total number of rejected mail-in ballots versus the number that the margin that the winning party of that jurisdiction won by. Did that just make sense? Not read property 2016 of undefined. Yeah. So then for mail-in ballots rejected. So this was really interesting. So this is the part I'm really excited to show you, and I'm not 100% sure what it means. So this is essentially what I was interested in is essentially like number of mail-in ballots that were rejected and whether that could have swung the results the opposite way. And so it is the number of rejected ballots as percentage of the winning party's margin. Obviously, I'm not trying to be like, like all of the rejected mail-in ballots were of the voted for the losing party or anything like that. But the story that we're trying to go for, or the message is like look at the numbers that wow, Hennepin County, 200,000 rejected. So the hypothesis is that there's something interesting happening here about the number of rejected mail-in ballots. And basically the story is like, you know, be careful when you're like filling out your ballots, so that, because, you know, if these were all counted, it might have actually had some sort of an effect on the result. And so it's interesting because for every other state, it seems to not, you know, be anything. It's like really low, seems to not have had an effect, except for with Minnesota and Nebraska. And they're like really high up here. So yeah, I don't know. And then even more interesting is this. So this correlation, what it shows is that so the y-axis is still that ratio, and then this is a Republican win margin. And so yeah, the more you go to the right, it's the more margin that the Republican Party won with, and if you go to the left, it's more margin that the Democratic Party won with. And then this shape, like down here, like that kind of makes sense. And then even this shape going down the middle here, like, which means that, you know, like the parties won by a pretty thin margin, like, makes sense. But then this shape over here, like, I don't know what it means. I don't know what to make of it. Like, I would love to hear any like hypothesis that you might have. Gilliam says there were 2 townships in the 2013 thing, in addition to the various states and counties. Actually, there are quite a number of townships. Apparently, certain states report their electoral results as townships instead of counties, because they're counted at like the precinct level instead of the county level. Yeah, if the percent of rejected ballots is meaningful, their votes could have impacted the results by a lot, though we don't know for sure. Yeah. It's interesting to me that some of these are like almost exactly at like 1. So like the rejected number is exactly the winning, almost exactly the winning margin, which to me is interesting. But that just might be that they have like such small numbers, so I don't know. So what we're gonna do today is design something around this. But yeah, this is a mystery that I need to figure out, like what this blob over here is. And it turns out most of these are Minnesota or Nebraska. Yeah. Okay, so let me get to my iPad. Oh, and then what I wanted to do is actually add the number of mail-in and provisional ballots rejected to see if they're actually more than the win margin. So to share that message, I want to think about how would I show that visually, and I want to emphasize the small difference, emphasize the difference between win margin and rejected. So something like, okay, so if we were to start with like something really simple, then it would be something like, you know, like let's say just like a simple bar chart. And say let's say this is for one county, and let's say that this is like rejected mail-in ballots and then rejected provisional ballots. Let's say like this is win margin, this is the rejected. But actually what we're interested in is like this little difference here. How do we emphasize that? So if we're talking about difference, like I want something that's easy to understand at a glance. I guess if I want something to like be easy to understand at a glance, I keep thinking something, it's like if I'm thinking something really simple, I keep thinking of an animation. So I keep thinking of an animation that's like so basically what I want to show is this difference, and this difference is actually like this, and then subtract that from And basically I want to what if it's something like this? I feel like there's potential there. And I hope that it's not confusing. So basically, I'm saying that wouldn't that be interesting? So what if I said, you know, something like this? And then I'm gonna draw this and then I'll explain it. Explain what I'm thinking. I feel like there's potential. Okay, so let me like label it and then see if like everybody in the chat, like if it makes sense to you. Like if you see this like with some clear labels, like would it make sense to you? Like let me show you. Okay, hold on. So if I label it as, you know, like what if I say that this is like the, how would I describe that? So first of all, I can label this as, okay, let's try this. Okay, so this is the margin. I need to come up with like better, easier to understand words. So this is margin, you know, party won by. And then this is number of rejected. I think it should be flipped though. Number of rejected mail ballots. Number of rejected provisional ballots. And then here is like, you know, the so this part then, like this part above this axis would mean like how would I describe that? Wait, hold on. Margin. So basically, winning party margin. Winning party margin. Well, that is some shitty handwriting. see. Sometimes there are zoom ins. Zoom ins. Like zoom into a particular part. Yeah, so with the Instagram format, I was thinking that like, the first image could be like title and like an overview of the charts. The second one could be like explaining it. But like that's assuming that I would even get people to be like swiping through the post. But actually, I feel like there's definitely potential because this is basically the like I don't know what to call it. Yeah, it's the difference, but like I don't know how to explain it in a way that's like punchy that like people will understand right away. But I think what I could do is actually if I flip it around, it might be interesting. Um, if I flip it around, then I can say that like, the smaller this top part is, the less that they potentially would have won by. I think it's enough of an idea for me to get started coding. Um, yeah, I think there's something there. Like for this particular project, I don't want to use like too exotic of um visualizations because I want it to be like pretty easy to understand, like pretty straightforward to understand um, at a glance. So actually, I also wonder if I should each of these be counties or states? I feel like it'd be good. I feel like it should be a state. All right, let's start. Read the zoom ins. If a portion of the graph is too small to see but still significant, some visits to a second graph that zoomed in on that portion. Yeah, I think you're right. So I think the first step is to code this. And then the second step is to annotate and figure out how to lay it out in the Instagram post. Yeah, I think if I can let's get going with the graph because then I think it'd be the most compelling if most of them are small differences, although I don't think that will be true, but we'll see. Ooh, thank you, video game cheater. Margin of victory, that is so much better of a that makes of victory. And actually, yeah, margin is like a pretty commonly used term, right? Like I now don't know if like margin is more like stats domain word or like that's something that generally people even without much of a stats background would know what like if they just hear margin they immediately would know what that would mean, right? um um oh yeah, no worries. Video game cheater, this is paper by 53. So I use paper when I just want to like really quickly draw some ideas or take notes, and then and then I use, so that's what paper looks like up here. And then sometimes I'll use Procreate to like sketch or like to do more, yeah, like if I want to do more like detailed, potentially more detailed, like if I need to like give it to a client or something, usually I'll use Procreate, which like gives me a lot more control over what it looks like. So those are my two preferred applications on my iPad. But yeah, because today I was just trying to jot down ideas, I think this is enough. And so let's get going with it. I think we have about 30 minutes left in the stream to try and make this work. So let's get going. I have a meeting at 12:30 today, so can't run past that. Oh yeah. So this is a QuickTime recording. Okay, so this is me trying to like place everything. Alright, I just want to be able to see this at the same time. Alright, let's get going. Oh yeah. I'm streaming that from my iPad. Okay, so how do I get started? First we need some data. So let's bring some data over. So for now, I think I can just bring in the master data. Yeah, let's bring in master data. Ooh, so excited to show you all D3. And this is where I might go silent for some periods of time as I code. Import. Rejected. Mail-in ballots rejected. C4A. And then provisional ballots. Provisional ballots. Provisional ballots rejected. E1D. And then the winning, the margin of victory. Is I want to go through master data and to get the three numbers C4A, E1D, and win margin for every year. then calculate C4A plus E1D and win margin minus C4A plus E1D. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So let's go and do that for the data. Let me chain this, master data, and then for every single one of them, no, it's not filtered yet. I'm going to return the data so I can inspect it. And then for now, let's return so this is actually, each of these are going to be counties. And so it's going to have FIPS code. What I want is FIPS code stateful, I think. Stateful and jurisdiction, I think. Jurisdiction? Is that what it was called? The keys, yeah, jurisdiction name. Okay. I feel like I should have changed that. Oh well. Okay. And then I want C4A, E1D, and win margin. Okay, so let me get FIPS code state and a label for that, which I can define as state abbreviated. And then objective is actually mail is C4A for just 2016. Okay, I think I have to chuck out any of the ones that don't have data. Okay, 60 of them. Oh. just realized that Alabama doesn't have 2016 numbers for rejected mail-in ballots, it seems like. Well, that's really suspect, isn't it? Very suspect. Yeah, so I'll filter them out if there is no number, but I feel like there's a story there already of like, I think it's an interesting story potentially to be like, look, there isn't a number. So, why? Oh, strike them out. Well, I think for the, yeah, definitely I think we should still show all 50 states and then be like, look, there's no data. Actually, let me jot that down. But for the sake of cleaning this data, I think I'm going to, for now, just filter them out. Because missing data is just as important. Like why don't we have data for Alabama? And that's a very suspect thing. I mean, other than the fact that I guess if they don't have resources or something to count that, but still, I feel like it's even worse to not have that data. Okay. So I need to also take it out if any of those are not numbers. So I only want to basically let me apply this filter. I feel like I'm doing some duplicate work. I feel like I should be bringing out into a different notebook. I'm definitely doing duplicate work right now. Well, not ratio. Actually, no, I don't like that. All right, so if any of those are not numbers, so if they are suspect but perhaps more honest than a false number, which good luck highlighting those. Yeah, there's no way to know about false numbers. left with 5,000. Yeah, wow. There's all right. So let's start with counties. Let's start by making each of these bars counties, and then let's see if we want to do it by states instead. I think it'd be better to do it by states, but no, I think with the missing data, it would be good to be like to show it in the graph itself to highlight the fact that it's missing the data. And we'll see though, because I mean, Instagram posts very limited space. Okay, so let's calculate scales. And the scales that we want is what height do I want? Let's say 400 for now. Okay, so we have the scales. So actually now, I think we can just draw. Wait, dom.svg? Yeah, I think that's it. Perfect. If any of the code is confusing, please let me know in the chat and then I can explain it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep coding because I don't think I have too much time left. So I think I have another 10 minutes. Although I'm leaning towards coming back in the afternoon around 2:15 or 2:30 to finish this up. I think I'll be able to do that. Yeah, I can. So I'll come back at 2:15, somewhere between 2:15 to 2:30 p.m. PST to finish up this chart. So let's do it. So now I have the SVG, and actually all I need to do is let's get the bars on the screen. Okay. To do that, I want to sort it. Let's sort it by the difference. Increasing, yeah. Okay. All right. Dot join rectangles, and then the x attribute should be x scale, and then get the FIPS code. Width is x scale dot bandwidth outer. Y is y scale, and do dot difference, and then let me also do a height scale. Oh wait, no, wait, no, oh, so you said the Eve's Data Explorer notebook is broken. Can you tell me what part of it is broken? Let's see. So this assumes that the difference could be it's all red. It's all red. Can you DM me and then I'll take a look after the stream, Gilliam? Okay. Thank you. Actually, I just realized I can't use the difference. So actually, for the height, what I want to use is the win margin, because the entirety of the bar is the win margin. So that's what I want to be using instead. Oh wait, this is hurting my brain. This takes some more thinking than I thought. Yeah, let's just try it this way to begin with. I don't think this is going to be 100% correct, but I'm gonna have to think about it some more. But I just want to get something on the screen first. So the X and the height are not showing up. And the width. The width is 753. So apparently I do need to give scale band a domain. And I just realized I'm trying to tell it to, okay, let's cut it off at the first 100. First 50. So for the domain, for the X scale, I want just the FIPS code of each of them. So now, yeah, so now they have the X attributes, but then they still don't have the height. Okay. So the reason why I realized that it's a little bit more complicated than I initially thought, it's because there's usually it's pretty easy to calculate the height because you can assume the same kind of like bottom starting point that like the bar grows out of, but right now we're not like we can't guarantee that. And then so then I was like, oh, since the bar is just supposed to be the win margin, then it should be fine if we just use the, like, the height is supposed to be the win margin. But then there's just like some arithmetic, but then I realized that that's not, we can't do that either. There's just some, I think, thinking I need to do. Essentially the fact that these don't all start at the same point is making it a little bit more complicated than usual. It's like it's not like super complicated, but it just takes a little bit more thinking. So I'm thinking. So actually, I feel like I said something. So this is y0. And when, oh, duh. Okay, so I figured it out. Okay, so the height is just the difference. Basically, subtract whatever this y value is from this y value, and so that would be essentially oh, hello, Nerdy Curious. Thank you so much for hosting today, too. So, essentially, I should be doing the negative. So this is the bottom one is the negative rejected number. And then the top is the difference. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it should be y scale. Oh, and the reason why win margin wasn't working is because I don't remember the win margin anymore. And so it should be negative rejected, d dot rejected, because this height is the total rejected, but then it should be a negative value because everything above here is positive and everything below here is negative. So, and then minus the y position for up here, so that is the difference. And then hopefully that works. Whoa! That's not what I was expecting. Okay, let's... Kind of exciting! Ooh, okay, let's fill it by party. Did I call it party? Yeah, party. If it's D. Ooh, I'm excited to also come up with the colors for this. Whoa! Okay, let's give it a line at y0. Oh, hello Anna, and hello Nerdy Curious. Hello to Soy Rita. That was Escher-esque. Yeah, let me put in the line to give us some context of what the like. So let me put in this line. Oh, hello to LHDMI. Oh no, I'm coming up on 12:30. Okay, so append a line, and the y is going to be y0. So x. Okay, so then x0 is, let's just keep it at 0. Dot adder x1 is the width, and dot adder y, oh no, it's y1. Okay, x1, x2, y1 is y0. Let's give it a stroke of wow. Okay, and then let me also look at the first 100. Okay, I think I definitely did do something wrong. I'm 100% certain there's something wrong with this chart. I've run out of time for today, but I will be back around, let's say 2:30 today, to finish this. Well, I don't know if I can get to the point of finishing it up. I hope so. So interesting. Do this. Let's call this, what should I call this data? Rejected margin difference. Let's call it that. And then ooh. Nebraska. Wow. Wait. Oh wait, hold on. I need to look at the margin. I need to put the margin in. Rejected margin. Whoa. Holy crap. Oh my god. Look at that. So the margin. Oh wait, the party is undefined. That. Well, okay, we'll deal with that later. No, we'll deal with that right now. Okay. Winning party. It was called winning party. Haha. Okay. Winning party. Year. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, okay, hold on. This is the. Wow. 82,000 rejected. The margin of win was 5,000. Oh my god. Margin was 10,000. So Democrats won by a margin of 10,000. And there was 61,000 rejected. Margin was 310. And the difference was 34,000. What is happening in Nebraska, in Minnesota, Texas? Margin is 419. Am I doing this right? Okay, I also need some time to just like verify that I'm calculating the data right. Wow, look at this margin. Oh no, just the mail-in ballots that were rejected. Oh wait, hold on. No, okay. I have to run, but I will see whoever can make it at 2:30 p.m. PST, so in a few hours. 3 hours? 2 hours. Wow, math. I'll see you in 2 hours. And otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. PST. Thank you so much for joining on this. Wow. Okay, I'm so distracted. I feel like I did not 100% do something right. But it's so interesting anyways. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I have a meeting in 2 minutes. I say that and then I change something anyways. Okay. Seriously, I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. I will see. Yes, hands off the keyboard. And I will see you in 2 hours or next Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining today. Bye bye, and have a great weekend. If I don't see you in 2 hours, bye bye.